Hello, we are back with another training video here to cover section 4C, which is the adjacent properties, section 5.7 of EMG reports. Okay, and so we've already done this. Remember, we filled out that Word document template, and why did we say do that again? Well, for two reasons. Number one is so that we can have the information just in case anything gets lost. You typed it into a Word document that you have in your possession. So if anyone calls you and say, hey, choir is not up, can we get that information? Or the second reason is sometimes our assignment companies are late giving us access to choir, and a lot of times if you have not completed this yet and you're waiting for choir, the reviewer, myself, sometimes we might be drawing up close to that due date. And I might just go ahead and do it myself because it's just quicker for me to do so to try to meet the deadline. And so one way that you can get credit for doing it regardless of what happens required is to do it in the Word format and email it or something like that, so you can be able to say I did it. And so, hey, pay me my money. And so I don't want just cover yourself by doing it that way. For those reasons, that number one, it helps us to have the information just in case something crashes and goes down and gets lost. The other reason is, once again, you can only get paid for what you actually did, and so I wouldn't require cheat me out of any of my money. And so sometimes it may do that. So, so you've gotten that filled out already. So what does it look like in EMG? With EMG, section 5.7, we already clicked over here. Remember, we did that. Get some of that information away. We only want numbers. Here we go, section 5.7, boom. Jumps down. Once again, it gives you instructions there. Okay. Here we go. See, remember on these instructions that we were given, these are old instructions that we probably need to just check it out. It said parcel, even residences on addresses. Well, nope. Right here it says address range not applicable for single family residential. There you go. So we don't actually put addresses for residential. North of us, we've already got that written down. We don't have an address, but we do have single family residential and naturally vegetated land. Once again, naturally vegetated land is the same as saying vacant land, the same as saying undeveloped, but EMG happens to like the term naturally vegetated if we go out on site and we see just grass out there and whatever growing. So for the address, it's not applicable. We don't have an address. And property use is actually residential and naturally vegetated. We had both, remember? Let me see if I still got that tax map up. And Google, if you look on Google, either one of those to verify. We've switched over. I got the old site there. I'm sorry. 501 Easy Street. Residential, naturally vegetated. All right, both of those. Okay, and we're gonna put both. We can't just choose one. Okay, you must put both. Okay. Now, if you're using your arrows, remember they don't do a combination like that. Okay, so you can choose one of them. Both of them are listed down, and naturally vegetated and residential is listed. Just choose one and write the other. Okay. If I choose residential, that means I'll have to type in and vegetated. If I choose naturally vegetated, I'll have to type in and residential. Okay. East of us was what? It was, wrong document, naturally vegetated followed by residential. Naturally followed by, it's not just and, but this time it's naturally vegetated land followed by residential. That's exactly what we're going to put. Is there an address there? No. We don't need an address for those two. We're going to put naturally vegetated, and I'm going to type in followed by residential. Okay? Or for your sake, you could have easily just copy and pasted if you would like to. And remember, I'm clicking every time I get done, finish typing in here, I click over here to the gray area and it saves it. Need to go back in there, get that right. Okay? South of us, what did we have? We had a school, Challenger School or intermediate school, all that kind of stuff. I ain't putting all that. It doesn't really matter. Challenger School at 35 at 335 Walnut Street. Okay, been a long day. So I'm going to put that address in, 335 Walnut Street. Already done it. I haven't had to log out of Choir. I haven't had to go, look back at Google Maps or anything. I already got the information. Property use, down here, they may have a school. They don't have it listed, but the property use is a school. Or you could say the real name is institution. Schools and churches are called institutions in the real estate industry. And the business name would be Challenger School. All right. West of us, again, was another one we did not have an address for, but it was just agricultural land. Okay, there's no address with agriculture, so you're going to, again, an address not applicable, and you're going to say agriculture. Boom. All right. Now, this section really, if you want to really be a hero, you can try to look at these sections and see if there's anything suspect use. But how do we do that? You just click on it, and there's something called word bank over here where default language pops in. If there was a gasoline station next door to you or a dry cleaner, those are the two that we're really afraid of when it comes to adjacent sites. You would have, you could actually slide that default language in there. Okay. So if it was a gas station next door to us, you'd put suspect use only. If it's those two, do I want you to worry about putting anything here? Okay. If it's a gas station, you simply just say insert, and it'll pop that default language in there. What do you do after that? Nothing. You pop the default language in there. The reviewer or the field manager will come in behind you and actually complete this section. You don't have to do anything. Pop that language in there. Okay. But there is no service station there. Okay, so how can I get back to what I was? I can just come up here and I can do my last revert at 203, the last edit I did. And this is a trick too. If you happen to type anything in or you get out of a section, you're like, oh my God, I had that totally wrong. What did I do? I'll show you. If you just want to go and find your recent edits, see that little thing that pops up? It says revisions. You just hit that little clock thing there, and it'll show you every time we clicked over here in the gray, it saved a new revision of that section. It'll take you all the way back to the beginning, but there was nothing there. You was like, oh my God, I gotta type this over. No, you don't. Come up to your last revision, put that in there. I don't want that one though. This is what I want, right? So there are no environmentally suspect uses next door to us. That would be the only one that you need to fill in. Evidence of release, that's obviously for someone on site. Release is reported, that's for me. All that, you don't have to do anything. But like I say, that's not mandatory that you even attempt that at all. But like I say, if you want to be impressive, and it is something that you will eventually learn to do anyway. But if it's a gasoline station or a dry cleaner next to you, this first row here under findings is the one that you could go ahead and help us out by putting in the default language by clicking on it, highlighting what's there first. Because let me show you what'll happen if you don't highlight everything that's in the box. If you don't highlight it and you insert, it's just going to put it in front of the language that's already there. You see? But if you want to replace all of the language, you highlight it first and then say insert. Okay? So with insert, boom, it replaces everything that's there. Okay? If I highlight it. But that's how you do the adjacent site section. Very cool. Take you less than 3 minutes other than me talking in between. You've already got it done over here on your Word document. And so you're simply coming in now and putting it in here in the form that they like it in. Okay. Another thing, sometimes another cool thing we get to do with these reports is we get to attach the photos that actually go to these. So if I come down, if I hit photos, it said no photos have been associated with this section. These are the photos of the adjacent sites that I took. Remember, I've already uploaded them to the report. North, east, south, and west should all show me photos of these things. Okay? And so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to upload and click on these. Everything that says adjacent. All right, I'm gonna save it. Okay, and then they actually want them in the order. First is north, second is east, third is south, fourth is west. So I want to put my photos in that order. North of us is residential, and I actually put agriculture. Y'all see that? Okay, so I'm gonna go back in and change that. East of us is vacant land. I did put vacant there, so I need to change that language again. It's me kind of catching my own bad habits there. South was the school on the other side of those trees, and west was the agricultural land. So I'll go in now. I can't change it once I copy it in. I can't change it. Okay, I can't change it in these sections. So I can change my language down here though to match up with what we put. Everything needs to match. Okay, so here instead of agriculture, I'm gonna say naturally vegetated. Got some hay out there, but I don't. That's hay ain't doing nothing but just letting it grow. And what was the other one? Vacant land. Nope, that is not. So another thing I want you to see here is that I've been doing this for years, and I still sometimes move too fast. I make the same mistakes. So don't be afraid of the mistakes that you may make while you're doing this. Come back to these videos and stuff like that. It really ain't a deal. It ain't a big deal. You're going to make mistakes. Just do a good job of reviewing your things and making sure the stuff matches up. And using the resources and stuff. Sometimes you may look in here and you may find some things that the field manager has wrong or the reviewer has wrong. We're not perfect. We're human. So if you see something like that, hey, don't assume it's correct just because of who did it. If you look in there and you're doing an EMG report and you go in there and you see that the word vacant or undeveloped has been used in the EMG report, that's an email or a text. Hey Nico, this is an EMG report. Are you sure you want to use the term vacant? That's something. Look out for me like I will look out for you. Okay, so we caught that there, but that's how you do the adjacent property use section and copy it over. All right, good deal, y'all. If you have any questions, again, go back and watch this video while you're actually doing the report. With me kind of talking in the background and you kind of following the steps. It's the same process no matter what kind of property we get, no matter what client we have. All right, good deal. On to the next one. God bless.